very popular. And what I've been getting a lot of requests for is, could I make an arch panel door for you? And here it is. If you look in the description box, you'll see a hot link to my website. And that's going to show you a set of templates, 11 templates from sizes 9 inches to 19 inches. And that doesn't include the sides or the styles of the door. And with that set of templates, you can make an arch door for your own home. Let me show you how it works. This is what the templates are going to look like when you print them out at your house. For example, this is a 10-inch template, and just hit print and then take your scissors and cut it out and trace it onto your board. Now, for a template that is larger, that's going to take more than one sheet, what we have here is this template is a 12-inch template, and you'll see these little bullseyes. Okay, just do this up against a window, let the light come through, and you line them up, and then tape them, cut them out, and you'll have a full-size template. No guessing involved. Let me show you how to make one of these. These are the power tools that we're going to be using. You're going to need a drill, a skill saw, or a hand saw. That'll work also. I prefer a skill saw myself. A scroll saw, and I use pocket joinery. And you can get this from Home Depot. It's about 40 bucks. And it's great for what we're going to do, but it's probably only good for 3/4 inch thick material. But it's going to work fine for what we're doing, and it's a good deal less than the cost of a Craig jig. All right, let me show you how to make one. After you've measured the door that you're replacing, and you've figured the template that you're going to be using, take a 1x4 and mark the length of it, and we'll be cutting it. If you find that your door template needs to be a little bit larger, a little bit smaller, this mark right here is the center mark, and you can just add on a little bit on either side or subtract off a little bit on either side, and it'll still look good. Or go up to the next size or the next smaller size template. So there's some play in this also, is what I'm trying to say. All right, using a speed square and a circular saw, cut your board. Now, taking your template, just put it on there and trace out your arc. Very easy. Now, using a jigsaw, follow your line. We'll clean that up with sandpaper, and that's the arch of your door. Now, using a 1x3, we're going to cut 2 stiles, 29 3/4 inches in length, and 1 rail, which is the bottom of the door, 10 inches. Okay. This is what we have so far. This easy pocket hole jig kit is real convenient. What it does is it'll take a board and drill a hole at an angle, and it will allow you to use these pan screws to draw the joint tightly closed. Let me show you how easy it is to use. Just take your board and clamp it into the jig. Take your special drill bit, which comes with it, and that is all there is to it. You don't have to be accurate. It doesn't have to go specifically anywhere. And when you screw it together, it's going to draw your joint tight. Very convenient. All right, now this is where the real beauty of pocket hole joinery comes in. I like to take a little bit of glue, put it on my joint. Okay, take my clamp, using my pan head screws, put one in just like so. Look how tight that is. And it's done. Look how nice that is. Now that we have our door assembled, place it on some paneling, and if you're using some kind of a stripe paneling like I am here, you want to kind of make sure that your edges are even with this band. Okay? Once you've got that established, you know, you can play with it, cut it on both sides if you have to, just to get it so that it looks evenly spaced, uniform. Go ahead and trace it out. And then using either a skill saw or a jigsaw, go ahead and cut it out. All right, now it's time to attach our back to the frame. And the way I'm going to do that is with glue and 5/8 inch brad nails. Simple enough. The brad nails are only to act as little clamps until the glue dries. It's the glue that's really going to hold the back panel. Then I just take a board and I kind of smooth it out a little bit. Before everything dries, I'm going to wipe it down with a wet cloth. It'll work great. And I just hold it with a pair of needle nose. Keeps my fingers out of the way. Real convenient. Look Look at that. No problem. All right. If it wasn't easy enough to make that door, it's going to get a whole lot easier here. We're using templates to make these precision holes for our pull knobs and our cup hinges. Very easy to do. What I like to do is come up 3 inches from the bottom of my door and my top of my door, and using this alignment jig, there's a center mark on it. Okay, I just put it like that, right on the center mark, and use my pencil, and that's where I have to drill my holes. You can't get any easier than this. It's quick and very accurate. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is using this Forstner bit that came with it. It goes in the center hole, and I only go down deep enough to cover the top of this bit. Let's see how we did. Ah, fantastic fit. Fantastic. Look at that. Okay, now just take a small drill bit, and these are for the screws that attach the hinge to it. Don't go real deep, by the way. These are just pilot holes. Your hinge side is taken care of. Now, unless I'm trying to match the height of all the other knobs on a door, if I'm just starting from scratch, like I made this door and I'm going to make a bunch for the whole kitchen, I like to use an alignment jig. It's super quick and it makes every hole exactly where it's supposed to be. And it has a bunch of different places that you can put your knobs, okay, and for the different types of knobs. Like I'm going to use a single pull, but you could have the one with a loop or the different types of knobs. And I like to just use the same one, so I marked it out with a little black marker. So I know that that's the hole that I use all the time. Just take your pencil. That's where you're going to drill your hole. And make sure that your hole is large enough to account for the screw that's going to go through it. That's all there is to it. Well, here's our finished cabinet door. Really super fast to make, inexpensive. When you consider that the average kitchen only has, 8 to 10 doors, it doesn't take a lot of money to give it a facelift. And don't forget your vanities in your bathrooms. We just put a wooden knob on the front. We put in our cup hinges. It's ready to be installed. And this is what it would look like if you were. Go ahead and give it a try. I think you'll like this one. I'll catch you on the next one.